Good morning, students. How are you all? I hope you all are fine. Today, I am going to teach you one grammar topic, and its name is the sentence. So, please be attentive. But before I begin, I would like to tell you the definition of the sentence. So, let's begin. Definition of sentence. When one or more words are grammatically linked and bring out a complete sense, it is called a sentence. A group of words. That means words are arranged in proper manner. If we want to make sentence, the words should be arranged in proper manner. Let's see the example. Here, blue sky is the. It does not have a proper sense. But if we will write the sky is blue, then it is called the words are arranged in proper manner. That's why we can call it the sentence. Now let's see the characteristics of the sentence. They are complete thought, subject and verb, and meaning expression. These three characteristics must have into the sentence. Let's see some examples. I eat an apple. In this sentence, I is a subject, eat is a verb, and apple is an object. So, I eat an apple, it is a perfect sentence because it is a meaningful and all the three characteristics are included in it. Second is, my brother likes cold coffee. So, my brother is the subject, likes is a verb, cold coffee is an object. Students, sometimes subject cannot be seen in this sentence. That time we have to put you as the subject. Here in the example, you can see, put the book here. Come here. In these sentences, we are giving command to someone and it is you. So the subject will be you. Students, according to the meaning expression, there are four kinds of sentences. So let's study them. There are four kinds of sentences. We can see here in this pic. Assertive or declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. So let's study them briefly. Okay. At first we will study about assertive declarative sentence. These are the most common types of sentences. The assertive sentences make a statement. Such sentences end with a period. This kind of sentences give us information. Let's see the examples. I went to the market yesterday. In these sentences, we can get the information about that. I went to the market yesterday. Second is, there is lots of snow in the winter. Third is, sparrow is a beautiful bird. So, as we have seen, all the three sentences give us information. That's why we can tell them assertive or declarative sentences. As we have seen, these all the sentences ends with a full stop. Let's see the another kind of sentence. It is interrogative sentence. The interrogative sentences are those which ask questions. Such sentences end with a question mark. Dear students, if we want to ask question to anyone, we can use this kind of sentence and it ends with a question mark. Students, this kind of sentences starts with question words like where, who, which, what, when and how. Where is used to ask about the place, who is used to ask about the person, which is used to ask about non-living thing or noun, when is used to ask about the time, and how is used to ask about the condition of the matter. Let's see the examples. What is your name? What time do you get up in the morning? When will you come? Where do you live? These are the interrogative sentences because every sentence asks the question. That's why we can call them interrogative sentences. And in all the sentences, the question words what, when, and where have been used. Let's study another kind of sentence, imperative sentence. The imperative sentences are those that express a command, request, and advice. The imperative sentences also end with a period. If we want to give command to someone, we want to do request, or we want to give any advice, that time we have to use an imperative sentence. It always ends with a full stop. Let's see the examples. Please be quiet. Here we are doing request to be quiet. Clean your room. Here we are giving command to clean the room. Obey your parents. In this sentence we are giving an advice to someone to obey their parents. Students, hope you have cleared the concept. Let's see the another kind of sentence, exclamatory sentence. The exclamatory sentences are those that express the feeling. The exclamatory sentences end with an exclamation mark. In this kind of sentences, we can see the strong feeling of surprise, excitement, grief, sadness, happiness, etc. and ends with an exclamation mark. Let's study the examples. It's a beautiful day. In this sentence, we can see the feeling of happiness of the speaker. How hot the day is. In this sentence, the speaker is sadly speaking about the day. I am excited to watch this movie. In this sentence, the speaker shows the feeling of excitement. And you all can see that each sentence ends with an exclamation mark. Now let's learn about the another parts of the sentence. They are subject and predicate. Every complete sentence consists of two parts, a subject and a predicate. While making a sentence, we mention a place or a thing and also say something about that person or thing. While the subject is what the sentence is about, the predicate talks about the subject. Subject, the part of the sentence which talks about the person or a thing, is called the subject of the sentence. The subject of a sentence could be a noun, a pronoun, or even an entire phrase or clause. Predicate, the part of the sentence which talks about the subject, is called the predicate of the sentence. Let's see the examples. Joseph likes to play volleyball. Joseph is the subject of the sentence because the sentence is telling something about the liking of Joseph. And what is it telling? It says that Joseph likes to play volleyball. So in this example, the subject is Joseph and the predicate is likes to play volleyball. To determine the subject of the sentence, we first find the verb in the sentence and then ask who or what in the sentence. In the above sentence, we first find the verb. The verb here is play. So we first ask who plays. The answer will be Joseph plays, and this is how we determine that the subject is Joseph. Let's see the another example. The horse ran. Here the verb is ran. So we first ask who ran. The answer is horse. So the subject is the horse and the predicate is ran. Let's see one more example. The car is red. Here the verb is red. So we first ask what is red? The answer is car. So the subject is the car and the predicate is red. One important thing you have to remember, the subject usually comes before the sentence, but in exceptional cases it comes at the end of the sentence. In the example you can see, here comes the train. In the above sentence, the verb is comes. We first ask what comes. The answer is train. So, the subject is the train and the predicate is here comes. Students, let's learn about the clause. The clause is a group of words having its own subject and a predicate. Though it does not make a complete sense, it is rather a part of another sentence. Like, because you are feeling well, you can go out today. The bold part does not make a complete sentence, but since it has its own subject and predicate, it is a clause on which the other clause you can go out today depends. Let's say the another examples. I will wait for you although I am hungry. They do whatever they decide. Now let's learn about the phrase. A group of words at the end of the sentence makes a sense but not a complete sense is known as a phrase. The phrase may have nouns or verbs, but it does not have a subject and predicate. Let's see the examples. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. In this sentence, the bold part does not have sense, but the rest part of the sentence sat on a wall makes the sense, so it is called a phrase. The sun rises in the east. In this sentence, the sun rises is a phrase because it makes a sense. This is not the right way of doing things. We can't say directly to someone not the right way of doing things. We have to point out by using the phrase this is. In this sentence is Humpty Dumpty, the sun, a wall, the east, things, nouns are used. And set, rises, doing, verbs are used. Though we can't say them subject or predicate. So students, here I am going to finish our topic. I hope you all have cleared the concept of the sentence and I hope you all have enjoyed. So please take care. We'll meet you soon. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.